That sounds so bad to say, but ha 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 ha. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Emily and today we are going to be preparing for a little adventure. A little trans-Pacific, I think it's the Pacific Ocean adventure. Those of you who follow my Instagram, which I will pop, however way to introduce it, right there, you'll already know, but for those of you who don't, tomorrow, well actually in about less than 12 hours, my sister, a close friend of ours, and myself will be traveling to Los Angeles for about a day. We're not going for very long, so it's gonna be a real test of our character strength. I mean, I think statistically one of us won't make it back. Who is the weak link? I don't really know yet, but stay tuned to find out. And don't place your bets on me. Actually, maybe do. I just spilled my drink all over myself. It is 5:30 p.m. of the night before this trip begins. So I'm really going to be multitasking today, answering your assumptions and also packing this suitcase. I decided to pick a quite small one because otherwise I know I will overpack, and it's like, bitch, you're there for like 36 hours. Calm the f down. Before we get into the actual packing, let's answer a few of your assumptions. The very first one that I read, it just says thought. Well, thank you, Alicia, but it takes one to know one. The second one just says, very crazy. I can kind of see a pattern forming here, but also I can't really dispute it because I'm about to fly halfway across the globe for a stupidly short amount of time, so yes, you are probably correct, but in the best way, you know? So naturally, the first thing that I need to pack was actually this bottle of Shiraz. It's not for me, it's actually a gift. I don't like the taste of wine. I'm still on cruises and UDLs, not gonna lie to you. But upon visiting the Homeland Security website, I did realize that I can't actually bring alcohol into the USA because I'm under 21. So I'm gonna have to shove that into my sister's bag or Michelle's bag, but all I know is it can't go in mine. To be quite honest with you, it's probably a blessing because if we take a look here, that bottle of Shiraz would fill up about half of my bag. Out she goes. So the main point of this trip is that we're going to see Ariana Grande's final concert of the Sweetener tour, and henceforth, I don't know if that's actually a word, I needed an outfit that would be worthy of such an event. It is this chill dress right here. Very impractical, but that's my kind of thing, you know? All right, let's just... Even if I do kind of smush it down, it still takes up quite a bit of space. Hate to admit it, but I do think this calls for a larger suitcase. So I'm gonna be right back with one. Socks are coming off because I'm getting warm. We've got our bigger suitcase here. As a very indecisive individual, although I am there for a very short time, I can't decide what I would like to wear within that period. So to start from a logical point of view, let's just start off with the basics. I will need pajamas. My closet is quite a hot mess after that outfits video, so still haven't recovered from that. Good God. Let's just pick something, anything. These will do. Some kind of a sweater there. I'm gonna swap the bottoms for the grey ones, but they are covered in fake tan on the inside. So I'll either need to wash them or just kind of get over it. Time for a few more assumptions. You're super wealthy. I pretty much exist on Afterpay, which isn't that great. Don't highly recommend it. It's kind of a stressful life to live.
Any mental health related video will get demonetized, so I don't make money from those.
Oh my God, who said that? Not me. Gotta get on that AdSense, baby. You have a photographic memory. Jesus, Emily. You have a photographic memory and don't have to study much. I get good grades, but I also study quite a bit. You're an overachiever. How did you know? Next assumption, you were hella, great use of the word, popular in school. See, I went to quite a small school. My graduating class was less than 60 girls. It was an all-girls school. I did have lots of friends and I did have a very good time in high school, middle school, junior school, all of school. Who is vacuuming now? But I wouldn't call it popular because we were all friends with each other. It's not like there was some Regina George motherfucker at the top, you know? I've decided that I'm actually gonna put in some effort and put these into the wash. So let's go do that. Next assumption, you were bullied. Thankfully enough, I was not bullied. I was not ever bullied as a child, kid, teenager, adolescent. Next up, you seem to be extroverted, but you are not at all. I am extroverted in particular moods, particular circumstances and situations, but on other days and times and moods, I would like to be left the fuck alone. I feel like that's most people though. So I'd probably call myself more of an ambivert. This dress, which I've conveniently hung from my lampshade, light fixture, I don't know what it's called, that can come with me. More assumptions. There are a fair few number of assumptions of people who think that I did quite well in school. I didn't actually want to answer these because it kind of sounds like a bit of a humble brag. I did do well in school, but it was very surprisingly. I was not expecting to do well at school pretty much at all. Lo and behold, thanks to whoever is watching out for me, I did well enough to get into my course.
Obviously practicality is, you know, priority number one.
Next assumption, you give your Netflix password to people. I do not. I actually use my brother's Netflix. Thank you, Cameron, for the Netflix. Ha! You were wild when you went to Saints. Baby, you know it. Oh my god, Emily, stop. You hate uni. I don't hate uni. I hate some aspects of uni, but I feel like that's kind of natural for anyone who's in university. I don't know what I want to do with my life, and that kind of stresses me out, but I enjoy university as a whole. And as proof of the fact that I don't hate university, I would not spend like, what, $50 on a university hoodie if I hated university, probably. So after consulting my sister, we've kind of both decided that wearing knee-high boots or these is just a recipe for a major disaster at a concert. So instead, I'm just gonna pack these white platform sneakers and that'll do, because I need to fit my shitty knee-high boots in there as well. In you go. I feel like it's time to start packing at double time because it's already 7 o'clock and I am not even probably halfway packed. So let's just run through a few more of these assumptions and then I'm gonna really get my ass into gear and start packing at the speed of lightning. AKA, I'm also hungry for dinner. I really just want to get my dinner. You have a secret baby. I do not. God forbid I be put in charge of a child. No. That would not end brilliantly for me or the child, I'll be honest. You run out of ideas and look for random shit in your drawers for inspiration. That is true. I don't really have much else to say. Girl, I can tell you've got a dark sense of humor. I love it. Yes, I do have a dark sense of humor. It kind of relates to another assumption here, which says, you find it hard to open up and turn pain into humor. Wow, we're getting deep. Because at least in my experience, I can laugh away the pain. That sounds so bad to say, but ha 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 ha. You're weird, but I love you for it and I miss you. I miss you too, Izzy, my girl. You're totally fine with spiders because they go everywhere that you go. I freaking hate spiders. As some of you may know, a couple months ago, I literally had a spider crawl into my ear canal and had to go to the doctors to get it removed. It was traumatic. You were weirdly good at math, but you sucked at English. In fact, it was completely the opposite. I was terrible, and I cannot express this enough, terrible at maths, but I did quite well in English, and that is fact numero uno. So one of the things that I still get asked quite a lot, quite often, is whether I still struggle with my eating disorder, with anorexia. Well, let me clear that up for you. Even now, which is about 4.5 months into my actual, genuine, honest recovery, I still have days where I struggle and I still have days where I feel like I'm disordered, but I don't struggle every day, and that is the real defining difference between where I am now and where I was, for example, 6 months ago. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that recovery is kind of this overnight, you're better and you're done and you're recovered and that's it. But at the end of the day, recovery is a process. It takes time, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of personal growth, I guess is the word for it. And I hate to sound, cliche as shit, but along that journey, or so to speak, you're gonna have days where you overcome your struggles and days where you really struggle against those struggles. It's not about this another one overnight change of you wake up and you're like, well, I'm fucking better. Like, what I found is that as I have embraced recovery, oh my god, I sound like such a fucking cliche right now, but ooh, as I have embraced recovery, or so to speak, I've progressively spent less time struggling, and I think that's what it's about. I hope, I don't know. I used to want to slap people across the face who would tell me, it gets easier. But Sorry, it does get easier, slowly but surely.
Another one.
Anyways, it is getting later in the evening now, and I really better start actually packing my bag because I am leaving the country in less than 11 hours. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it got a little bit deep there at the end, but hope you managed through it. Hit like and subscribe if you are still here, and don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you are notified when I bring out more content. I hope you enjoyed today's mess of a video, and I will see you guys very, very soon. See you then.